using long effleurage strokes. Apply lubricant.
Not happy with that. Okay.
Support top of foot with superior hand. Petrissage loose fist knuckles.
So that is this. Essentially, just loose fisting, knuckles, bottom of the foot. Make sure you have support here. Okay.
Stand at foot of table facing head, rock, and knead the foot.
So rocking me, this feels so amazing. Take the foot essentially right in this line that you make with your hands. Thumbs are pointing up, and all I'm gonna do
That feels so good.
is move all the bones around. And I put way too much oil on the foot, so I would just cover it and then do the same thing. It feels so awesome.
Those bones never move like that.
No, they never get to move.
That's awesome.
So this is just a rocking kind of a kneading thing. And all I'm doing is my pressure is going like this. Like if, I'll show you in your hand.
Oh yeah.
So you can see how great that would feel on little bones that never move. Okay, so that's the rocking and kneading.
Apply muscle stripping between metatarsals.
You can start medial or lateral. I'm not gonna put on there that you have to start one way. I think we did. We had to start from lateral to medial or something. I'm not sure, but free reign here. So I'm muscle stripping between each of the metatarsals, all the way up to above the ankle. Coming back down. Keeping track of where you're at. Another thing I'll do too is I'll usually take the big toe and separate it. If you have gnarly feet like mine, see how that one goes in?
Mine does that too.
So that's just from poor posture for a long time. So essentially I'll just kind of help that joint get some space, and sometimes it's a really nice healthy crack you get to as well. So I think the clients will appreciate that. And if it hurts, they'll say it. Which is not a big deal. So I'll go all the way up, and then I'll go on the side as well, because the flexor of this foot is along the side down here. So I'll kind of work along the hallucis flexor along this. All right.
Circle malleolus with fingers.
You could do it alternating, or you could together.
That feels crazy good.
Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
Transition to petrissage of lower leg. First medial of tibia, then lateral to tibia.
So from here, I'm just gonna go right into push up. My thumb is medial of the tibia. So all that's doing is just kind of lightly testing the area, finding out how tight the fascia of the gastroc is against the tibia, as my other hand might go behind it, it might go in front of it. It really depends. Did you say muscle strip? Or did you say petrissage? Petrissage. So you could do this from the side of the table, or you could do this from the back of the table. So you could come in here and petrissage this medial gastroc and medial tibia. Do some ringing. Okay.
And then apply muscle stripping 3 to 4 times to the lower leg from medial to lateral.
Yeah, I like medial to lateral because it's just easier for my right hand to do it. But I want you guys to make note and feel free to do it lateral to medial if that works best for you. What I found over the years is that I just like my right hand on the outside. I do that leg, I'll do the outside first and then the medial because my right hand's out there. When I do this side, I'll do the medial first and the lateral because my right hand's the one that always leads the charge. So that's what I found over time is just that's works best for me. I actually try now to mix it up because I notice my pattern. I like to have patterns. So I'll go really lightly over the tibia because there's a lot of it gets tender there. And then as soon as I get on the other side of it, I'll transition. My left thumb is going to be doing some pressure. My right hand is going to be taking the fingertips and just kind of following up with some fairly deep pressure, but you have to be sensitive to how tender their anterior tibialis is going to be and peroneals as you get a little bit more lateral, and a lot of people are pretty tender here. Okay.
Apply thumb over thumb to patellar ligament.
This is another sweet spot.
That's what
Thumb over thumb from medial to lateral or lateral to medial, and make sure you get the whole patellar ligament. You can go long strokes, which are like an inch a piece, or you can go tiny little fingertip strokes, which, I mean, either one, it feels magical.
Mm-hmm.
And then
apply magic circle to patella.
Ooh, what's the magic?
so we got right hand comes down here, left hand comes up here. The tips of the thumbs trace the respective side and back up.
Ooh, magic.
How does that feel?
Magical.
Weird.
Weird, but good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for some people this is gonna be like snapping, no. For others, oh, please
No,
do.
that's awesome.
Don't forget that. Because you're moving the patella, which it doesn't always do, it doesn't always move. So it should move, it should have that space. So that's the magic circle. And then we go right into,
Petrissage quads from medial to lateral from inferior, superior, including TFL.
so you could come in here, I'm getting to the point where I really like to come side, horse stance or whatever, and come to the adductors first from this position, because I can apply a little bit of leaning friction. It's easier on my joints and easier on my arms, and I know that I'm not in any danger as I might be like this. So
When you stood the other way, I immediately tensed up. That was weird.
okay.
Go to contralateral side of the table, keeping contact. Apply fingertip stroke to IT band from knee to GT 2 to 3 times.
So it's going to be hand leading hand or hand over hand. I like hand over hand because I feel like I can get more sensory information to my brain. All I'm going to do is lean back, go up the IT band. With a male client, elevate either your legs or your arms. Female as well. I mean, any kind of brushing here might be noticed. I mean, that's just not cool. So you want to make sure that you're clear of any material with your forearms. How's it feel?
Good.
And then to transition back to do that again. Okay, what it would look like if I was trailing.
Back to ipsilateral side of the table. Break the quads from inferior to superior and medial to lateral.
So inferior to superior, medial, lateral. Raking is just this, creating a rake. Okay.
Effleurage, full leg from ankle to TFL 2 to 3 times.
So when you're petrissaging, one of the things that you can do, where was that in the, that was like one of the first couple of things, right?
Petrissaging.
The quad?
Yeah.
One of the things that you can do, and I want you to make sure that you know this and it's written down. Are we still recording?
Oh, yeah.
We are?
Yeah, you want to
Okay.
stop?
Is that you can omit the petrissage if you want, and if it's more applicable to muscle strip, then do that. And I would muscle strip from the same way, from medial, lateral, inferior, superior. And I would muscle strip the same way I muscle strip anything else, because for me, putting your hands like this around the leg gets precarious. It feels like, to me, feels like I'm not massaging the bottom of the leg, but I'm touching the bottom of the leg. That for me seems like it's unprofessional, unethical. I'm not going to do that. I feel like it's more than what I'm supposed to be doing at that time. I don't want to give them any indication that they need to be on alert watching. So the way that I do that is always the same. And that's the superior hand is going to come across with the thumb. The inferior hand is going to use the fingertips. And I really want to make sure that I pull up those adductors just as I did on the inner hamstring. And what I do is I just kind of go with the drape line. And I'm actually, it's amazing because you get to go in between so many muscles. And then I go right to the drape line. And then I come back. Now I can feel a quad muscle here. So I'm going to go right on the inside of that quad muscle where a lot of fascial tension is and fascial adhesions. So it's really important to work that. And then I'm going right over top of it down to the the lateral side of that muscle, and now pushing that muscle down medial. So I'm creating space between the muscle itself. Now I'm getting to the place where I'm starting to either make a choice. I need to either transition because this hand wants to go underneath, or now I can come up here, or I can go hand over hand. I'm still pretty comfortable going like this with my fingers just kind of dragging along. So that's what I'm going to do at this point. Feeling that's pretty darn tender. And then this time I'm going to switch it. Left thumb is going to be on top, right hand is going to trail. This is going to be a little bit more tender, however, and I got to keep in mind that when I get to the drape, my fingers better be going along that line. Okay? So you have the option at that point. I didn't put that in because it's very confounding. What am I supposed to do? So do you do one or the other? You just have a choice at the time. It might be more applicable to, say, a runner to do the muscle stripping. I would absolutely say that the regular person who's not, athletic or doesn't have a lot of adhesions, go with petrissage. Relaxation massage, probably petrissage. More focused massage, thumb over thumb, or whatever, muscle stripping, whatever you want to do. Okay?
Okay. And then you redrape the leg and
So I got done with my third pass. What do I do? Very simple. On my way back, same thing.
Like a ninja.
What's that?
like a ninja.
Like a ninja.
Okay, that's it.